Alright, how y'all doing? I've got some thanks to give, I think. Really, I've had an interesting day. Been pretty sick. And I was given the chance to just chill out and do everything from bed today. I'm feeling really just not right. But I did manage to live stream for a bit and chat with a bunch of folks, which was really cool, although I was fading towards the end. Sick and tired, feeling sick and tired. But there was a knock on the door, and I mentioned yesterday with the GH6 that there was something else coming through. And this is technically a gift from my wife. It's how we're excusing it, right? And I want to kind of tell a little story to go with it. Alright, it's this. This is a Black Star carry-on. I think it's the ST model. And the main differences between the full fat version and this one is no coil split and bolt on neck. I think different woods, but all in, same pickup. Other parts are the same other than the ability to split from humbucker to single coil on that. But it's a carry-on guitar. So you've got your regular size guitars, your Gibsons, your Fenders, size, right? And then you go short scale, a bit shorter than that. And then you have this, which is a bit shorter than a short scale. Not actually, I was surprised, not a huge amount shorter than my short scale, but still shorter. This thing is dinky. But my wife said I could have it for Christmas, because I've been wanting to pick up again. I own plenty of guitars. I didn't need another one. I want to play, learn to play. I've gone through a few runs of guitar in my life, and last one would have been like 2019, 2020. I was going through a bit of a funk. I ended up switching over to bass. We were doing a Rocksmith challenge, me and my mate DeWald, Rocksmith 2014, because my mate Divine recommended Rocksmith. Rocksmith is like a game that sends like Guitar Hero style guitar tabs to you, but instead of playing a plastic guitar, you play a real guitar. And I've had guitars since I was a teenager. And all I really had was speed. That's all I had. I can't play for shite. I'm not going to noodle and tell you how great this guitar is, because I can't play. I had speed and I could noodle my way through some simple songs, some simple riffs, and that was basically my groove. I ain't gonna lie, I prefer recording people than playing. Right? I've always preferred audio over video, and I've always preferred recording people playing or doing than me doing. So whilst I have a stack of guitars, they're not realistically for me to play. The idea is that I have a bunch of plugins, amps, sims, amps, that kind of stuff, guitars. People come here, they lay down a track, and we do whatever. Like when friends come in from overseas, they don't have to bring their gear with them. I've got stuff here. But really silly, but me and my mate DeWald, we, for a laugh, said we were going to do the Crystal Mountain Challenge, which is a fantastic song by the death metal band Death, and they put that into Rocksmith 2014. And we're like, yeah, we're going to learn Death's Crystal Mountain on bass. We were on bass at the time. It's like, never happened, right? We sucked so bad. But I swapped over to bass for a couple of reasons. Because, well, one, I felt like it, and I found a good deal on a bass, and then my hands started to play up. I don't have very good hands. Very uncoordinated, kind of. Practice would probably help that a lot, but I have mentioned how I have cerebral palsy, which can sometimes make coordination and things with my hands kind of difficult because of spastic movements. It's spastic diplegia. And bass is a lot simpler than guitar. Right, that's not technically true, right? Bass can be incredibly difficult, depending on what you're playing. Other times, it could just be you know, a note, and you could play with one finger just moving up and down the neck. And so I moved to bass because I was having trouble keeping my hands going. And I'd still dabble with guitar here and there, and then I just kind of stopped. I can't remember when, maybe like last year. I didn't pick anything up for like a whole year, and I got this random groove to play. Well, a couple of days ago, I guess. Really, I think it was probably actually like Bochy the Rock and Beck and just random man. I'm thinking, you know what? I'd like to pick up guitar again. I've got gear, and I've been eyeballing this for a long time. It's just something to kind of put down by my desk and then pair up with one of these. I've had this for a while. It's a Fender Mustang Micro. It's a headphone amp. The idea is you basically plug it into your guitar, turn it on, put your headphones in, and dial in a bunch of different types of amps and stuff, and headphones on, and you can play without annoying people. And I also thought about Rocksmith Plus, because Rocksmith 2014 has been replaced with Rocksmith Plus, and it's a subscription-based service, guitar teaching service from Ubisoft. Same groove as Rocksmith 2014, but there's no subscription on Rocksmith 2014. But Rocksmith Plus, without hacks, allows you to use interfaces, USB interfaces. And I thought to myself, you know what? This doubles up as a USB interface. Wouldn't it be rad if I didn't have to use the Rocksmith specific cable, but I could use this? With this on my laptop and play away, noodle away, just, you know, learn chords and scales and stuff like that. All right? So we downloaded Rocksmith. We got the carry-on. We went down to the storage unit. Me, my boy, and my mum went down to the storage unit to grab some guitar bits. We grabbed this and the real-time cable, and then come back and hooked everything up. So it was just in case, right? And I hooked this up, and it didn't work. Just didn't work. Just as a note, if anyone wants to get the Fender Mustang Micro to work on Windows, if it doesn't appear as an audio interface, turn it on, plug it in. If it doesn't appear, go into your sound settings. It's disabled under your recording properties. Re-enable it and it'll turn up. But it doesn't work on Rocksmith Plus. I think it's because of a sample rate mismatch. This only runs at a max of 44.1 and Rocksmith is looking for 48 kilohertz. So it didn't work. So I had to use the cable, which kind of bummed me out a bit, the real-time cable. So it means I have to have extra things in. I've got another little pocket amp, but that uses micro USB and I don't like it. It's actually really, really good for my bass. I bought it for my bass because this is for guitar, but just has like a raw pass-through for bass. The other one I have works really, really, really well for bass, and I didn't really want to fuck around with it. So like if I broke it, I'd be pretty pissed off. That's a mighty plug. So that's my groove. I've now got a subscription to Rocksmith Plus, and I'm going to try and get back into the groove of some guitar. I don't expect to be a good guitarist. I never have a plan to be a good guitarist. Like my most fun things to play were like Stormtroopers of Death tracks. So March of the SOD, Speak English or Die. If you went over to like MOD, True Colours. You know, they're not difficult songs to play, but I really, 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 really like them. Or like some Celtic Frost, you know, bit of Brutal Truth. Sometimes just stuff where, you know, drop D, finger, they just move around the fretboard, right? Nothing like hardcore. Maybe a bit of Megadeth here and there. A few riffs from Tornado of Souls, but I could never play the whole thing. But I'd like to just be able to see if I could get anywhere again. I have a little bit of hope with my hands. Because I can still type reasonably quickly. Again, coordination's a bit down, but I've always had hope that I could do something with one of these just because I can type. Which sounds really stupid because it's not the same, but it is also, you know, to be able to type at speed correctly, you have to have a bit of coordination going on, and I'm thinking to myself, I can do that. It's taken years and years and years of practice, and there are days when I can't type very well at all, but on those good days, I'm hoping maybe with a bit of practice, I can get back into doing a bit of this. Even if it's just playing some basic punk songs, pop songs, bit of blues, you know, just anything really. I'll be happy with that. So, you know, thank you to the wife for letting me have this. But it kind of makes me want to talk about another guitarist. I know, sorry, this is a bit of a waffle because I am feeling a bit sorry for myself today. So I've been feeling really, like I say, feeling really unwell. Richard Benson. Does anyone know who Richard Benson is? Richard Benson. Unfortunately, he's been the arse end of shite ton of people's jokes over the years. But he was a British-Italian guitarist from like the 70s, 80s. I don't remember when, but you know, he was from the kind of shredder generation, right? And he was reasonably good once upon a time. And then, unfortunately, he wasn't. He was diagnosed with like a progressive form of arthritis, I think, and it screwed him brutally. But he kept on trying. He kept on trying to play like he was a shredder from the early days. He kept on trying to get the hands to do what he knew they used to be able to do. And it made him look terrible. And people used to take the piss out of him for it. Because he looked like he was trying to shred. And he just couldn't do it. He was just fumbling around with the guitar, right? But that wasn't his fault. He was just trying to get the things that didn't work anymore, or as well as they used to do what he used to do. He knew how to get all that stuff to happen. He knew how to make all the cool sounds come out of a guitar. But his body didn't let him anymore. And he's been considered like one of the world's worst guitarists, which I don't think is fair at all, because he used to be good. It was just unfortunate that, you know, a medical condition came in and cut him down. Same thing with Jason Becker. Actually, loads of people love Jason Becker. He played in Cacophony. Love Cacophony. In fact, whenever I say I want a desert island, it's a Cacophony song. Right? He used to play with Marty Friedman. Marty Friedman then went and joined Megadeth. But Jason, he got sick too. And he ended up with a really, really nasty illness. I can't remember what it is. Was it ALS? I don't remember. Yeah, ALS. I'm not going to try and pronounce ALS, but he's got ALS. So whenever you see like ALS challenges and stuff, it's for dudes like Jason Becker. And basically, it robbed him of everything. He was a fantastic guitarist. Fantastic guitarist. Amazing guitarist. And he tried his hardest to go as long as he could until the illness progressed to the point that he couldn't play anymore. Kind of like Benson. Just Benson kept going. Benson kept going to the point that he was a meme. He became a meme. Jason Becker didn't get the chance to, or quit whilst he was ahead kind of thing. He kept composing. Jason Becker is still alive, and my God, he's doing really well, considering people say that you shouldn't live as long as he has with ALS. He's wheelchair bound, he can't speak, can't do anything for himself. He communicates, I don't know if he still uses it, but he's got like a board that he has to look at, and he can spell out words. I don't know if he still composes either, but he used to still compose with a computer. You know, it's mental what your body will do to you, and how you see people who were healthy fall. I was never born with it. Like, I'm not comparing myself to like Jason Becker or Richard Benson, because I was never good at guitar. But like, I know I've never had a good body either, right? But to see how able-bodied, healthy people sometimes they crumble when they get a diagnosis. It's quite sad. Richard Benson, rumor has it he tried to kill himself a couple of times because guitar, that was his career. That was his thing, right? He gets arthritis in his hands. By the end, Richard Benson, rest in peace, died this year, I think. By the time he got to the end, he was screwed. Dude couldn't walk and all that. And I know folks who have got really bad conditions, arthritis and all that kind of stuff. Some people joke about arthritis like it's nothing, but it can be real savage, depending on how it affects you, where it affects you. My wife is arthritic. She was diagnosed with arthritis, really, really bad arthritis a few years ago, and she's gone from, healthy, happy young woman artist, being able to draw and all this kind of stuff, to being in a lot of pain when she's doing the things that she loves. My mate Bubble used to play guitar. I can't remember what Bubble's condition was, but that was progressive, and he didn't. That was pretty brutal. Like he played guitar a lot too. He enjoyed them. I haven't spoken to Bubble in years, but hopefully he's doing all right. Sorry, I'd like to just practice. I wanted an excuse to practice. I could have just bust out one of the, I think we've got 4 guitars in the front room and 5 upstairs. I've got 3 Dean short scales. I think I've got another guitar at my mum's house. My mum bought me a guitar for Christmas a year or so ago, 2 years ago. Dean Dime Razorback, a guitar that I'd wanted since I was a child. Since 2004, when they came out. I was in college at the time. I could have kind of just picked up one of those, but I figured I'd like a really nifty, neat short scale. They do one of these in bass as well, but I think this is kind of cool. It's a little backpack style guitar, a couch kind of guitar. If you ever needed something to put behind the sofa or whatever, I think it's pretty neat. I think if say Jason Becker could still write, and Richard Benson could still try, I've got no excuse, and neither has anyone else. So I want to try and move up from Stormtroopers of Death and I don't know, Ramones, and what was that other song we were playing a while back? I honestly don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm terrible at guitar. I'm not completely terrible at bass. I would say I'm okay at bass, below average at guitar. I never really learnt chords or scales or anything like that. I learnt a few things that would help me get through certain songs, but black metal is just tremolo picking. So there's not really a lot to it. Not saying that black metal isn't difficult, because it can be. So can death metal. Country music, I imagine, is pretty difficult. Depends what you listen to. But if they didn't give up, you don't either, and I won't. It looks alright. Designed in the UK by Black Star Amplification. It's cute. I'm gonna head off. Got Rocksmith Plus. I'll probably play that now every day. I'm not gonna update people on anything unless there's significant progress, which there won't be. But I'm gonna have a laugh. I want to see what Rocksmith Plus is like compared to 2014. 2014 was fun, especially when you could unlock all the custom DLCs and stuff. I just wish I could fucking not have to use that real-time cable, because that just juts out the bottom, and I'll end up breaking the jack, man. I'd like to have just a nice right angle, a nice tidy. That was the whole point of using the fucking micro. You just go whap it in, done, and then have the cable coming off and into the computer. But no, we can still record with it. Just can't Rocksmith with it. But I'm gonna head off. Chatting shit. There's an entire generation of people who take the piss out of Benson regularly. It's fucking cruel. At least he tried. Hope you are. I'll see you all with a bit of luck in the next one.